Hello, students. Today we are starting a new poem, and name of this poem is "Childhood" by Marcus Nathan. And in this poem, the poet Marcus Nathan wonders when and where he lost his childhood. And in this question, to find the moment he grew up, Marcus Nathan highlights the innocence and faith he lost even as he gained rational individuality. Okay, so now move on the poem. When did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography and therefore could not be? Was that the day? When did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine? To use whichever way I chose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people, but my own and mine alone. Was that the day? Where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. So it is very beautiful poem, and the poet wonders when he lost his childhood, and the poet he loses the innocence of his childhood. He is perhaps sad that step by step he has lost that innocence. Okay, so the poet is surprised at which point of life he ceased to be a child. He ceased means stopped. When did my childhood go? Means at which point of life he stopped to be a child. He asked himself if it was when he entered the 12th year of his life. Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Ceased to be 11 when he completed 11 years, or he enters the 12th year of his life. Or perhaps it was when he became sensible enough to realize that hell and heaven are not to be found in geography book. Um, was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography and therefore could not be, and so they must be a fragment of imagination only, he thought. So education made the poet question his faith and look at the world much more rationally. The poet realizes that he might have lost his childhood when he gained this rational outlook. So he was missing his childhood too much, because everybody's know that childhood is a time, is a very best time in our life, and he was very sad to lose his childhood. Step by step he has lost that innocence of childhood, and in that place he has been filled by a foolish craze for individuality, the so-called rationalism and the hypocrisy, because childhood is a special period in everyone's life. Okay, and once gone never comes back. He thinks of a few stages in his lifetime when there was a change in his thoughts and perception of the world. Poet thinks of the place where his childhood has gone, or when his childhood has gone. Okay, so in the next para, when did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were more all they seemed to be? When did my childhood go? He repeats this line. When did my childhood go? In the second stanza, the poet recalls the time when he realized that the adults around him did not practice what they preached. I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be. All they seemed to be. They told the poet to be loving and caring. However, they were themselves argumentative, violent, and discourteous. He can see the feeling of jealous, corruption, and selfishness in their behavior. But they preached to the narrator, to the poet, different. So he was very surprised, and he thought that was it the time when his childhood has gone? Because he said that they talked of love, they preached of love, but they did not act so lovingly. They fight with each other every time. So he said that was that the day? He wanted to give answer. He thought that was that the day when his childhood has gone? Thus the child lost his faith in the adults around him, whom he had so far trusted without question. Their latent hypocrisy became evident to the growing child. Perhaps, says Marcus Nathan, the poet, that broken trust was one of the major steps towards adulthood. And notice that this is perhaps the longest line of the poem. It is the longest line of the poem. Marcus Nathan is a genius at putting punctuation to use. Okay, but here you can see the line. Was it the time? Was it the time? And the second line and the punctuation marks is in the third line. Okay, and now the third stage. When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine to use whichever way I choose, producing thoughts and that were not those of others people but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? As he grew up, the poet realized that his mind was unique, could not form its own opinions. Could form, yes, he could form. He could form its own opinions and could take its own decision. He gained a sense of individuality, which set him free from prejudiced opinions of others around him. Now he was not dictated by the others because he could have sense and he could think that which is correct or which is wrong, which is right or wrong. He could take his own decision. His own experience shaped his thoughts now, and he realized that this might have been the time he lost his childhood innocence completely. Okay, and the fourth stage. Where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. And in fourth stanza, the poet changes his question. From wondering at what point in time he had lost his childhood, the poet now wonders where it went. Because he used where in the place of when. In all the three stanza, he raised the question, when did my childhood go? In the second stanza, when did my childhood go? When did my childhood go? But in the fourth stanza, where did my childhood go? So where did his childhood go? The poet claims that his childhood is nothing more than a long lost memory. He recalls his infancy and believes that his true childhood resides there. And then he got answer, and he said that in that infant's face, and that innocence cannot resurface in this lifetime. Okay, and in the other words, poet believes that his childhood has become nothing more than a memory for him, but has become the reality of some other infant. Innocence is a cyclical process which lost from one person, it travels to another, finding residence there. Thus, till date, adult can easily recall and seem to almost relive their own childhood through an infant in their lives. So he also got answer that where did his childhood go? It went to the infant's face. He can see, if he wanted to see, if he wants to see his innocence or his childhood, so he could see, or he can see that in the infant's face, because innocence lies in the infant's face. Okay, so this is very beautiful poem. It is the explanation of the poem. Now we can see at the poetic device. So the poetic devices in the first stanza, first see the rhyme scheme of this poem. So the first stanza's rhyme scheme is, you can see the rhyme scheme like the first word is go, 11, heaven, geography, B, day. So what is the rhyme scheme? A, go, that is A sound. 11, a different sound, so B. Heaven, so 11 and heaven, the same sound, we can say it B. Geography and B. Geography is another sound, so C and B. Geography, B. Geography, not B, so the same sound, so C. And day is another sound, so it is D. So what is the rhyme scheme? A, B, B, C, C, D in the first stanza. That is the rhyme scheme of first stanza. And there is another poetic device, that is a refrain. Refrain. What is refrain? Refrain is the repetition of phrase or line when we emphasize on any particular thing. So it is refrain that the line is repeating here. Like, when did my childhood go? Was that the go? Was that the day? You can see when did my childhood go? When did my childhood go? And in the three stanzas, you can see that where did his childhood go? And was that the day? And you can see in the second stanza and third stanza also, was that the day? Was that the day? So it is called refrain. The refrain in any poem is are lines that repeats at regular intervals throughout the poem. Okay, and the refrain often carries the central message of the poem. So in these two lines, you can see when did my childhood go and was that the day. It is the example of refrain. It is a poetic device. And then you can see anaphora is also there. Two lines starts with the same words. When two lines starts with the same words, so that is called anaphora. That is the was that the day, was that the time. So was and was. So these two lines are starting with the word was. So it is called anaphora. Okay, and you can see alliteration is also here, that the hail and heaven. So H sound is, it is consonant sound, and H sound is repeating here. So alliteration you can see here. Okay, and now look the second stanza, and in you can see enjambment in the second stanza. What is enjambment? Enjambment, and there is no use of punctuation marks in the end of the line. And you can see here the second line. See at the second line, there is no punctuation mark here. In first line you can see a punctuation mark, and here you can see punctuation mark, but the second line has not any punctuation marks, so it is called enjambment. So second and third line. And in second line, okay, and now the next paragraph, next stanza, we can see some other poetic devices here. Mm, it is inversion. We can see inversion. Inversion means when sentence is structure is changed or invert. Like you can see here, I choose whichever way. I You can see here, I choose whichever way. To use whichever way I choose. What should it? It should be I choose whichever way. So correct sentence is I choose to use whichever way. But here, to use whichever way I choose. So it is the invert, no? So it is also called the inversion. Okay, and in third and second line we can see the alliteration also. Alliteration, so W sound is repeating here. Now you can see like here. So which and way. So alliteration is there, like the sound is repeating here. Thought, that, those. Okay, so alliteration is here. And in the fourth, and here you can see enjambment also. There is no punctuation mark. You can see there is no punctuation mark here. So enjambment. So these are the poetic devices we can see here. Okay, and now the Hindi summary. पोएट इस पोएम में, मार्कस नेटन इस पोएम में सोचते हैं कि उनका चाइल्डहुड कहाँ गया, बड़े दुखी हैं अपने बचपन को खो करके। वो देखते हैं कि उनका बचपन नहीं मिल रहा है, कहाँ गया उनका बचपन, और वो फिर खुद ही उसका आंसर ढूंढने की कोशिश करता है पोएट। और पोएट कहते हैं कि क्या ये वो दिन था जब मैं 11 साल का पूरा हो गया, या ये वो टाइम था जब मुझे ये रियलाइज़ हुआ, अर्थात वो मैच्योर हुआ कि हेल और हेवन ऑर्डिनरी थिंग है और वो जोग्राफी बुक में नहीं मिल सकते, क्योंकि बचपन हेल एंड हेवन के बारे में स्टोरीज होती हैं। और वो जब मैप देखता है, वर्ल्ड मैप देखता है, तो ही वो उस हेल और हेवन को ढूंढना चाहता है उस वर्ल्ड मैप में, बट जोग्राफी में वो नहीं मिलता। तो जब उसको ये रियलाइज़ हो जाता है, दोज आर इमेजिनेटिव थिंग्स ओनली। सो क्या ये वो दिन था कि उसका बचपन चला गया? वो जो बचपन का इनोसेंस होता है, जो मासूमियत होती है बचपन की, उसको जाने का, उसको खोने का उसको बहुत ज़्यादा दुख है, और उसको वो ढूंढ रहा है कि वो कहाँ, कब ख़त्म हो गया। और फिर खुद ही आंसर देने की कोशिश करता है, वॉज दैट द डे, क्या ये वो दिन था कि जब वो 12 साल का हो गया, या ये वो दिन था जब उसको हेल एंड हेवन के बारे में रियलिटी पता चली कि वो जोग्राफी बुक में नहीं मिले और है ही नहीं। और सेकंड स्टेंजा में फिर वही क्वेश्चन, व्हेन डिड माय चाइल्डहुड गो, और फिर वही आंसर क्या वॉज इट द टाइम आई रियलाइज दैट एडल्ट्स वर, अब वो एडल्ट के बारे में सोचता है कि जब उसको ये रियलाइज़ हुआ कि एडल्ट्स जैसा दिखते हैं वैसे होते नहीं हैं, क्योंकि वो जैसा बोलते हैं, जैसा उपदेश देते हैं, वैसे वो अपनी लाइफ में नहीं करते। बच्चों को बहुत सारे उपदेश दिए जाते हैं कि उनको हारमोनी और पीस, और उनको झगड़ा नहीं करना है, और आज शांति से रहना है, बहुत सारे अच्छे गुण। लेकिन वो जब पेरेंट्स के अंदर और उनके एडल्ट्स के अंदर देखता है कि वो लड़ते भी हैं आपस में, वो झगड़ा भी करते हैं, वो ईर्ष्या द्वेष भी, जेलस की भावना भी उनके अंदर होती है, बहुत सारे ऐसे जो वो प्रीच करते हैं दूसरे को, उसके अपोजिट वो बिहेव करते हैं। तो जब उसने ये रियलाइज़ किया, वो सोचता है क्या ये वो दिन था जब उसका बचपन ख़त्म हो गया, उसका बचपन चला गया। और थर्ड स्टेंजा में भी वो यही कहता है कि उसका बचपन कब चला गया। फिर वो सोचता है कि क्या ये बचपन उस दिन चला गया जब मेरे माइंड में मेरे अपने विचार आने लगे, जब मैंने ये पाया कि मेरा माइंड केवल मेरा है, उसमें मेरे थॉट्स आते हैं। अब वो दूसरे के थॉट्स पर डिपेंड नहीं है, दूसरे के द्वारा डिक्टेट नहीं होता, वो अपना रास्ता खुद चुन सकता है। वो अपने वो क्या सही है क्या गलत है ये उसको समझ में आ गया है। क्या ये वो दिन है कि जिस दिन उसका बचपन ख़त्म हुआ है। और फिर फोर्थ स्टेंजा में उसने क्वेश्चन बदल दिया। फोर्थ स्टेंजा में व्हेन की जगह वेयर आ गया। अब वो व्हेन डिड माई चाइल्डहुड गो नहीं ढूंढ रहा है, नहीं ढूंढ रहा है, अब वो वेयर डिड माई चाइल्डहुड गो। अब उसको ये तो पता चल गया कि उसका बचपन कब ख़त्म हुआ, लेकिन अब वो ढूंढता है कि कहाँ उसका बचपन चला गया। तो फिर वो खुद ही आंसर देता है कि क्या ये बचपन किसी फॉरगॉटन प्लेस में चला गया, जिसको भूल गया है शायद। और ये बचपन जो उसका, फिर उसको खुद रियलाइज़ होता है कि उसका बचपन कहाँ गया, जब उसने एक इन्फेंट का फेस देखा, एक छोटे नवजात बच्चे का चेहरा देखा, तो उसको दिखाई दिया अरे मेरा बचपन तो इसके चेहरे में है। तो उसका जो बचपन था वो बच्चों के चेहरे में उसको दिखाई देता है। तो ये यहाँ पर क्लियर होता है कि बच्चों के अंदर ही वो इनोसेंस होती है, वो चाइल्डहुड जो होता है, और उसकी जो इनोसेंस होती है वो बचपन, और जैसे ही इंसान बड़ा हो जाता है तो वो इनोसेंस ख़त्म हो जाती है। और फिर उनको अगर अपना इनोसेंस ढूंढना है, देखना है कि वो कैसे थे बचपन, तो किसी बच्चे को देखें, ताकि वो अपना बचपन उसमें देख सकते हैं, वो अपना इनोसेंस उसमें देख सकते हैं, अपनी मासूमियत देख सकते हैं। So it is the end of today's video, and now there are some questions here. You can see here some question 1 2 3 4. So these 4 question, that is your homework, and you will write answer and summary of the poem. Okay, so so write the summary of this poem and these 4 questions. So it is your homework. Okay. So it is the end of today's video. Thank you.